Vanakkam, you're watching Chennai Singapenne. I'm Singapenne joining you live this time from beautiful Karaikudi in Tamil Nadu. As always, over the next half hour, I'm getting you all the latest political updates from the poll-bound state of Tamil Nadu, from Kerala and Puducherry as well. I'm traveling across the state to give you a sense of what's happening. Now, in my travels to Madurai city, I saw a very interesting sight. It was a temple. Madurai is a temple town, but this one was very unique because it was built to worship a politician, to worship late Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha.
Shri Lakshmi Shri Mahalakshmi Kshira Sagar Kanyaka Uttishta Hari Samprite Bhaktanam
Mandirs, masjids, churches, gurudwaras, places of worship in India are varied and various, dedicated to myriad gods of different religions. However, in Madurai district of Tamil Nadu, there's a temple that's certainly one of a kind. Because in this place of worship, the god inside used to be a politician. The district of Madurai has always been an AIADMK stronghold, and there have always been very strong sentiments among the locals when you talk about former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha or Dr. MGR, which is why you also see behind me, interestingly, a temple dedicated to Amma as well as the Purachi Talaivar Dr. MGR. J. Jayalalitha or Amma to her supporters, no one is surprised that a temple has been built in the memory of the six-time Chief Minister. Like at any other Hindu temple, devotees here too are required to remove their shoes before they can enter its hallowed portals. Being built by the current Revenue Minister R.B. Udayakumar and inaugurated by the incumbent Chief Minister EPS and Deputy CM OPS, this under-construction temple has a dedicated priest and prayers are offered daily to the late Jayalalitha and her mentor MGR. The man who built this kind of a temple, Mr. R.B. Udayakumar, Minister with the Tamil Nadu government, is also with us. Why did you feel the need, sir, to build this kind of a temple?
இன்றைக்கு அரசியலிலே எத்தனையோ தலைவர்கள் இருந்தாலும் கூட புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள் எங்களை போன்ற சாமானியர்களை மிக உயர்ந்த பதவியிலே உட்கார வைத்து எங்கள் மீது நம்பிக்கை வைத்து எங்களுக்கு மக்கள் பணியாற்றுகிற அந்த வாய்ப்பை அவர்கள் பெற்றுக் கொடுத்தார்கள். அதற்கு நன்றி கடன் செலுத்துகிற வகையில் அவருடைய புகழ் அழியாத புகழாக இந்த மண் உள்ளவரை, இந்த வான் உள்ளவரை, இந்த உலகம் உள்ளவரை அந்த தெய்வத்தாயினுடைய புகழ் அழியாத புகழாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்கின்ற அந்த எண்ணத்தின் அடிப்படையில் தான் வாழுகிற போது மட்டும் அவர்கள் தெய்வம் அல்ல, அவர்கள் எம்மை மண்ணை விட்டு மறைந்தாலும்.
Inside the temple, there are not only bronze statues of Jayalalitha and MGR, but the temple has pictures of the current AIADMK Tamil Nadu cabinet, along with those of Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. Tamil Nadu politics is like no other in the country. Only in a state like Tamil Nadu do you see politicians being worshipped. We've told you about how Jayalalitha, Dr. MGR were like demigods and demigoddess to the people. Here in Madurai, they are gods, and that's why you see this kind of a temple being constructed. And it's only in a state like Tamil Nadu that a politician is worshipped like this. But remember that this is an election without any of these leaders. This is an election without a mass leader. So what kind of an effect will that have? And the kind of worshipping that you're seeing of these leaders, will it translate to votes for the AIADMK remains the big question. With video journalist Shivamurthy, this is Akshita Nandagopal reporting from Madurai in Tamil Nadu for India Today. So the film will be available in different languages. So it'll be interesting to see if it really lives up to the legacy of J. Jayalalitha. Now, I've been telling you how I've been on the poll trail, getting you different reports from different cities and districts on what the situation is, what the citizens want. Last week, I was in Chennai. I spoke to several Chennaiites on what they feel the city is lacking and what the next government needs to focus on. Here's what they said. When we talk about Chennai, it's a very emotional city for me because my family is here, I've grown up here. But let's be real. Do you think that there's a lot that's amiss in a city like Chennai, that a lot needs to be done?
Yes, Chennai does have a long way to go. But in the 20 years that I've been here, it has also come a very, very long way.
When I came to Chennai, it was dirty, stinky Madras. Right? I think the corporation has done a fabulous job over the years in cleaning up the city, making the city more cleaner, greener.
What do you think Chennai needs to do to become, a world-class city?
I think a lot of things that happens here in Chennai is maybe not at the pace at which perhaps it needs to happen. We need to speeden it up a little bit. I think we have a lot of possibilities. For example, I'd just like to quote the beach. We have the longest beach in India and the second longest beach in the world. I wish we did more with it, and we can do wonders with it.
Do you think Chennai is a young city? Very often when you talk about Bangalore, it's considered to be a very happening city where, all the youngsters want to go. Do you think there's that similar perception of Chennai, or, it's got a more traditional feel to it?
80% of Bangalore, the partying crowd, the going out, the young socializing crowd, most of them they've migrated from other cities into Bangalore, right? So they don't have a parental supervision as compared to Chennai, where most of us are living with our parents. So there is this mind block here that what will people say? Oh, you can't go out, you're a woman. If I personally accept something and I think, oh, it's okay, we can do it, but I would still never voice it out because of the fear of, being shunned by society, or people are going to say I'm, stuff like that.
See, there's a lot of activism really in the city to make it better and bigger. So do you think there's something that, the administration, the government really needs to work on when it comes to Chennai?
Well, for starters, I think one of our fundamental problems is this philosophy of we're looking to the future, but the people who are doing the looking are somewhat short-sighted due to age, and they don't quite have the vision to see it. We need to have a slightly more future-proof frame of reference. But I think one of the fundamental problems that we have is that we don't think about tourism as a sort of 360-degree thing. We think of tourism as, see, if you want to buy a sari or you want to see a temple, you come to Chennai. And it's like, wait. Beaches, there's like 100 reasons to come to Chennai.
Yeah.
It's not just like 3 things that you focus on that doesn't actually get you any revenue to begin with.
Chennai in a lot of way becomes followers for everything that happens, whether it's a fashion trend, whether it's anything that you do. I think it is high time that we shift gears and move into a space where we set trends.
The people who make the decisions today are not really going to live with the consequences 10 years from now, or 15 years from now, or 30 years from now.
There are a lot of things put in place, right? There are mechanisms, there are apps, there is an infrastructure which is being built. But who wants it, who yearn for it, is not aware of it.
Everyone's very, very deeply rooted to their tradition and culture. Does it, however, come in the way of development?
We lose focus of the larger picture, the name of culture. A small thing, if you go and look for a house in Chennai, are you a Brahmin? Do you eat meat?
Does that still happen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are living in together. Oh, sorry, we don't give houses like that.
Women's safety, is that a concern in Chennai, or do you think largely the city is safe?
I feel the city is safe because I've lived in Bombay, I've lived in Delhi, and I do work late nights and I go back home on my own most of the times. And Chennai, that way, very safe. Again, like the women's wings are clipped, right? You love her so much, you want to protect women, and you care so much you respect them so much that you clip their wings, make them sit at home, and then boom. So don't go out after 6. We love you, we respect you, we want you to be fine, so I'm going to lock you up inside the house.
Vivek, one single thing that you'd like the next government to focus on when it comes to Chennai?
Please, for heaven's sake, stop giving freebies. The work culture used to be something else. It has deteriorated like nobody's business because they don't have fear of losing their jobs, because they know that even if they lose their jobs, there is someone to give them money because they want a vote.
So, Chitra, what about you? What is the one thing you want, the next government to focus on in Chennai?
Reduce, reuse and recycle.
Kerry, finally to you. The issue that you feel that the government should focus on next?
Making things easier for small businesses I think is a fundamental requirement. So now what happens is you have what I like to think of as a top-down corruption system, where it's not the guy on the street that's trying to con you, it's the guy at the top that's trying to con you, and because he gets away with it, the guy below him will get away with it, and the guy below, and the guy below, and the guy below, and then the guy on the street will try to con you.
I think accountability, efficiency is perhaps the most important thing on that list that we need to add, whoever comes into power.
I think all of you have made some very, very interesting points. Let's hope people up there are listening. Carrie, Vivek, Suchitra, thank you so much for joining us here on India Today. With video journalist Shivamurthy and Madhu, this is Akshita Nandagopal for India Today from Chennai. Report from Chennai. I'm slipping you to a very short break here on India Today. On the other side, Gopi Etan will be getting you all the latest political headlines from the state of Kerala. Stay with us. Welcome back. Before the break, I got you all the latest updates from Tamil Nadu. Let me now focus on poll-bound Kerala. Gopi Etan continuing to get us what's the mood on the ground. He caught up with the Health Minister K.K. Shailaja during her campaign in Mattannur.
Popularly known as Shailaja teacher, Kerala's Health Minister K.K. Shailaja has emerged as one of the most popular faces in the Pinarayi Vijayan cabinet. And this time the party has entrusted her with contesting from a new seat, Mattannur in northern Kerala. And that's exactly where she's campaigning. The day starts at 9 a.m. Her strategy is to focus on small meetings and crisp speeches before she sets out for a road show in the town.
This is my home constituency, and I have so many friends, and that people know me very well.
After a few stops, which include a quick lunch and snacks with supporters, it's time to visit former colleagues in Mattannur High School. Shailaja had left teaching to join full-time politics, but it is her teaching experience that she still applies to her new profile.
When I was teaching in Shivamurthy High School, party asked me to contest in Kuthuvaramba constituency, and I won there with a very good majority, and I became the people's representative first time.
She is very effective. I never thought, in fact, earlier, she is so effective in her jobs, and she will be able to do much better in politics.
During the Nipah virus outbreak in 2018, Shailaja camped in Kochi for nearly a month. The COVID-19 pandemic gave Shailaja teacher an even tougher challenge, as it literally separated her from her family for over a year. She had to stay put in Thiruvananthapuram because of COVID-19 regulations, as she constantly monitored the situation.
Last 1 year, I tied up to Trivandrum because of this COVID-19 pandemic. We have a state control cell there, and from that control cell we keep in contact with each and every state, and that way we give messages and trainings and everything to the districts, and we got the issues and problems from districts also in each and every day.
The day comes to an end with another road show. But despite the hectic schedule, the energy of the campaign refuses to die down.
Shailaja teacher's journey continues in Mattannur, and we are going to come back with another story on poll-bound Kerala. With camera person Tinku Rajshekharan, Gopikrishnan in Kannur for India Today.
We have time for this is Chennai Singapenne Akshita Nandagopal signing off from beautiful Karaikudi here in Tamil Nadu. Thank you very much for watching. Same time tomorrow, I'll be getting you the poll pulse from Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.